Master Carpenter Matt Jackson, inviting you to spend a few minutes with a master. I'm going to say here that I'm a bit uncomfortable with this Master Carpenter thing, but hey, this is YouTube. YouTube is show business, and I put the Master Carpenter in there for the show business part of it. I've been doing this kind of work since I was in high school, but I don't have a plaque on the wall, so I'm just saying Master Carpenter. Anyways, I'm under a lot of schedule pressure these days, trying to get this job finished and a bunch of other stuff going on. But the tip that I want to share today is so cool, I thought I'm going to wedge this film session in so that I can get it recorded and share it with you guys. Basically it is, I had to put in a couple of these vents for the exhaust fans on this master bathroom suite project. And because I wanted to get these vents to line up with the bottom of a course of shingles, nice parallel spacing, there's a stud that runs in between here so that two of the screws will anchor these extra secure. But I had to drill the holes through from the inside and have them end up in this place ahead of time so that I could notch out the shingles nice and even, have a clean hole, and have everything line up. So in today's tip, I want to show how I use a drill and a simple piece of wire to quickly transfer a reference measurement from the inside to the outside so that I can accurately locate holes for things like these vents. As you know or can imagine, the difficulty of taking a tape measure and measuring out through the window and leveling out and transferring over to get an accurate mark is time consuming and has a lot of potential for error. So what I'm doing here is taking a stiff piece of wire, filing a sharp point on it with a file, and then just poking a hole out from the inside. This is barely a 1/16 of an inch in diameter. If I make 3 holes to get dialed into the right location, nothing that a dab of caulk won't seal up if anything's needed at all. Well, I can't monitor the video and what I'm showing at the same time, so I'm just going to hope this shows up. Basically, all this is a regular cordless drill and a piece of wire. Now the wire is the special part of this. It's what my mentor, a guy by the name of Billy D. Brewer, showed me way back in high school, and what he called this was piano wire. But it's a stiff music wire. You can get it at a hardware store. I'm using this gauge. I'll check the gauge out with a caliper when I get back to the shop so you have the exact size. But all I've done is I've cut a length of it. In this case, this is, I don't know, 8 inches long, and I filed a special point on it. I hope this shows up. I'll take a close-up later if it doesn't. But I just filed 2 edges on it. So they come to a point. It's not a drill bit point. It's just a flat chisel point. And that's more than adequate to quickly and easily drill through a wood wall. This will drill through metal, it'll go through grout, go through sheetrock like nothing, and I'm able to use the same piece of wire in different lengths for different applications, but the same type of wire with the same point on it that allows me to quickly drill through and make a reference location from the inside or from one side of a wall to another. Pretty quick and easy. I'm going to go inside and set up the shot for drilling the pilot hole. It's pretty difficult to light this without a lighting engineer, and I'm not one. So I just set a light on a bench and I'll get a shot. You can see the inside of those 2 exhaust vent pipes up there. I use the same process to locate the holes up there, but it's just easier to film over here on the wall, and you'll get the idea. So if I needed to drill that same vent hole in between these studs, so I didn't hit the studs and I didn't hit this outlet box, I would just make a reference measurement. I'm going to say, let's just center this up at 7 1/4 inches. And this would give the distance from the corner of a wall or from a pipe or something. And when I get on the outside, I want to get the height correct so that the louver would line up with the shingles. So all I'm going to do is take this magic piece of wire with that little chisel point on it and drill through on my side-to-side center mark. And you can see exactly how fast and easy that was. That went through plywood, piece of tar paper, and a couple layers of the cedar shakes on the outside. Now I'm back on the outside of the house. You can see the wire coming through right here. It just poked right through that cedar shake. So if I was trying to line up the vent so the bottom of it came out even with this row of shakes, I know that my reference hole is 4 3/8 inch above this. So I would just make a corresponding measurement with the vent and the pipe itself. But I'll go back inside, lower this mark by 4 3/8 and drill it out again, just so you can see what I'm talking about. And I'll just zoom in so you can see the process as I go back inside. So I just rechuck the drill onto the wire to back it out, measure down 4 3/8, and then drill back out the new mark. Simple as that. And it'd be pretty tough to argue with that for accuracy when compared to any other method of leveling or taping or lasers or whatever. This is an instant exact reference mark. So I hope that process makes sense about how easy it is to accurately locate from one side of the wall to another using nothing but a piece of piano wire with a chisel point on it. It's the exact same process I used for getting those vents in the right location. I don't want to drill that big hole and then find out I'm off by 3/4 of an inch and kind of have a mess on my hands. So that'll be a wrap for this tip. I'll put some more information in here with the wire size and a close-up of filing the point on it. And then I'll also add the caution here. In this wall, I was able to open it up and get all the insulation out. So I know all I'm going through is plywood, tar paper, and cedar shakes. When you're drilling through a wall, maybe sheetrock on both sides of a wall, or sometimes I've done for placing an outlet. I don't know if you can see that one, but I've drilled through the sheetrock and on out the wall. And in that case, you really have to think ahead of time, plan through, find out what might be in that wall. If there was a flexible stainless steel gas line, I'm not drilling through the wall. If it's all full of electrical wiring, I'm not drilling through the wall. There's other things that you can hit that you can't see, so you need to convince yourself that where you're poking that little wire isn't going to cause some other problems. You wouldn't want to hit a water pipe, a piece of PEX water pipe, a vent line, a drain line from a sink, anything. This will drill right through it. So make sure the conditions inside the wall, outside the wall, so you don't get yourself in trouble and then have to comment and say I'm an idiot for recommending this. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this tip. I've got to wrap it up, get out of here for another appointment, but I'll try to package up this video and get it uploaded so you can see it. Hopefully it'll help you out somewhere along the way. So from Master Carpenter Matt Jackson, if you want to call me that, thanks for watching. And if you're still watching this video, I'm going to include a panorama shot from the deck of this house I'm working. It's magnificent. You can see the canyon walls in this panoramic view, a blue South Dakota sky. You can hear the creek running by below, and it's pretty awesome. We've had a lot of rain recently, so the creek is running a little bit silty, but after a few days the turbidity will settle out and I can literally see trout swimming in that creek. Sometimes I have lunch or take a break out on the deck, and it's pretty cool to watch a kingfisher down there getting his own lunch out of the creek at the same time. So I hope you enjoyed that little extra video anecdote from the Next Level Carpentry job site, and thanks for watching to the end.